Honorable members are entitled to their own opinions, but not to their own facts. The fact is that the National Commercial Bank, in every single indicator, was stronger, much stronger, in 2010, when 51% was sold to Eastern Caribbean Financial Holdings, than in 2001 when we assumed office. You can look at the issue of government equity. The extent, the value of government equity had moved from a number approaching zero to $84 million. The loan portfolio was much higher, several times higher, while at the same time the non-performing loans had moved from 22% to just about 5% in accordance with the international benchmarks. Mr. Speaker, on every single indicator, this debate has been canvassed already in the elections, and the people in 2010 accepted, I mentioned them. These are the facts. The debate as to at which point the private sector should enter, well, that's part of the debate, and you'll hear my reply to that. But I'm dealing with what are facts. You can be entitled to your opinion in relation to the facts, but those are the facts.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, here's a fact. The National Commercial Bank was sold at a time when the government had to borrow $100 million to pay back debts that were owed to it. That is a fact.
Yes.
And why was that the case if it was in such a strong position? I mean, that is an indisputable fact. You don't have a fire sale if you're in a strong position.
There was not a fire sale.
But you couldn't get the loan unless you could not get the loan from the Caribbean Development Bank unless you sold control of the bank. Why don't they want, if you're running it so good, why they don't want you to hold control of it?
But
they were skeptical of your remaining in control of the bank. They say if you want the money, give up control of it because we don't want him in this position again.
Continue with your lies.
51% had to be sold. Why did you sell it then?
That's a lie.
All right, well, Mr. Speaker, I know sometimes these things hurt, but
Honourable Prime Minister.
And I hope, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, lies do not hurt. Lies are just damning.
Honourable Prime Minister, just.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
It's unparliamentary to say you lie.
Mr. Speaker, I withdraw lies. The honourable member is economical with the truth. I'm obliged.
Honourable members, could you go back, continue your debate on the geothermal bill?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the record is there for the public. I was saying, Mr. Speaker, that this government has a record of negotiating from position of weakness. We have the situation at Otley Hall for 15 years. 14 years under this administration was left essentially to decline. A facility that was built with tremendous potential for development and for generating jobs and economic activity in this country, and simply for political reasons was allowed to decline and to rot. And now to be leased out, Mr. Speaker, for next to nothing. That, Mr. Speaker, is an economic crime against this country.